Okay, here we go. Number one. I feel as if it'd just be easy if you just followed along, right? So for those of you guys who don't know, all right, the common denominator was 6. So 2/3 minus 5/6. I personally just like to stack them on top of each other just because I think it's easier to see them. All right? If you do a little bit differently, I'm okay with that, but I just think from experience, if you stack them on top for addition and subtraction, it's much, much easier. It's easier to see the solution. All right? So the common denominator is 6, so 2/3 becomes 4/6 minus 5/6 negative 1/6. Anybody have any issues? And then it doesn't matter, all right, where the negative goes. You just have to have one negative. Now remember, you guys are judging for yourself now how things are going. Everybody good with negative 1/6?
Okay, if I on this part I crossed out to get the common denominator, just the actual problem itself.
If you got negative 1/6, I'm happy.
Yeah, I just did it kind of like that.
Don't be too lazy.
I'm not.
All right, here we go. Number 3. All right, again, negative 3/4 minus 7/10. To me, the common denominator is 20. So negative 3/4 is the same as negative 15/20. 7/10 is the same as negative 14/20. Anybody have any questions so far? And then the final answer is going to be negative 29 over 20. Negative 29 over 20. All right? Everybody happy on that?
Yes, sir.
All right, and again, I feel as if you're following me. All right, you're seeing the answers. You should be in pretty good shape. All right? Let's check out number 5. Now, number 5 is a little bit different because there's 3 fractions. So you got to think about 5, 4, and 10. Common denominator is still 20. Everybody okay with that? Common denominator is 20. It's just the same. Negative 1/5 minus 3/4 plus 7/10. Now you got to be real careful here, guys. You got to be real careful with your adding and subtracting on this. So negative 1/5 became negative 4 out of 20 minus 15 out of 20 plus 14 out of 20. Now again, I'm asking you to look up and make sure you're understanding that. Everybody comfortable? Now this is where the understanding of integers is the important part. Negative 4 and negative 15 makes negative 19. Negative 19 plus 14 is negative 5 over 20, which reduces to negative 1/4. Yes, ma'am. Good. Shh. Yes, ma'am. Listen to me. That is perfect. You can do the first 2. I'm trying to convince you that you're smart enough to do 3, though. You with me on this? All right, that's not that hard, but if you do 2 at a time, it's okay. I just like to do it all at once. Sometimes it's easier if the denominators are easy to put together, and sometimes it's easier to do 2 and then the third. What?
So you could do like negative 1.
Yes, you can do them 2 at a time.
And then add the other one.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. All right, here we go. Everybody take a look at number 7. Now, 7, I want your eyes up because I haven't done this problem. This I just think is mental math. Look up, look up, look up. Everybody look up. I want everyone in here to tell me, obviously, the answer is what? 6 1/3, right? And I'm trying to encourage you. Think about, I have 7 pizzas. And I eat 2 out of 3 slices. That means there's what? 6 pizzas left and 1/3 of a pizza left. Does everybody agree with that? Come on now, speak up if you're not understanding me. That's the same as 6 1/3. That is the answer. Do you want me to explain it?
Oh, no, I see it.
All right, what? Do you want me to draw it out for you? All right, so I have 7 pizzas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm feeling hungry, so I come home and I eat 2 pieces. So here's my pizza right there. So I just chow down on these 2 pieces right there. How many pizzas are left? 6 and 1. Wow, there we go. 6 and 1/3.
That's not. Oh,
All right.
wait.
Right? Now, mathematically, if you can't see that, you would be saying 7 is the same as 6 and 3/3 minus 2/3. 6 and stop, 6 and 1/3. If you wanted to demonstrate it like that, what?
So on a test, we can just do the mental math.
Yes, you should do the mental math. Absolutely. I want you to know that. If you don't know that, you're a little behind. What?
Why did I do 7 over 1? Oh, wait. Comment. No.
Okay. Everybody happy with that? That's an important problem.
Hold on.
What?
I did 21 over 3 minus.
Which is 19/3.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the same as 6 and 1/3.
Oh, so I was right.
Aiden, you're just not listening to me. That's what the problem is. I want you to be able to look at that and say, that's obviously 6 and 1/3. Why would I change it to 21/3? Why can't you just say 7 minus 2/3 is 6 and 1/3? And if you can't see that, that's what I tried to demonstrate. It's not about being right. It's about understanding the numbers. 7 minus 2/3 is what?
6 and 1/3.
Okay, now I'm going to give you another problem. See if everybody understands this. I'm going to give Aiden one more. 5 minus 7/10. What's that answer?
4 and 3 tenths.
Yes. Everybody should just know that, right? That's 4 and 3/10. All right?
And I don't mean to be annoying, but
You are never being annoying because I know you're trying to think about it. That's what the whole idea of this is, for you to think about the numbers and understand the numbers. I don't want you just memorizing a process. You should understand numbers. You should be great at numbers. If you don't see it, let's learn it. All right? So are you asking me about 5 minus 7/10 now?
Yes.
Okay, so you have 5 pizzas. You come home and you eat 7/10 of one. How much is left? There would be 3/10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you eat a big portion of this right here. So you just told me there was 3/10 of that pizza left. How many whole pizzas are still there?
I need 5.
Count them.
4 and
Yes. Because you ate part of one. The whole one's not there. You with me? Now, the other thing I want to show you is 5, right? 5 is the same as 4 and 10 over 10. Do you know this? Minus 7 over 10.
4 and 3 tenths.
That's another way of looking at it. You think you got it now?
Yes.
All right. You're welcome. What?
Okay, so I understand that, but on the first page, I just wrote down what I converted into to make it equal.
All I want to know is what number am I showing you? What number? Okay, perfect. Now I'm on number 5. Now, tell me what step we're at that you want me to help you.
No, what I was saying is that when I did it, I just thought it in my head that I wrote that. I didn't write that. But do you want us writing?
So you can look at these numbers right here and tell me that the final answer was -1/4.
No. I'm saying that I changed it to -4 with 1.
Yeah. No, yes, I'm happy with you. You guys are good, right? You guys are good. I just don't want you making a mistake, right? That's all. I'm showing you it worked out in detail, just in case someone who's not 100% sure. You're 100% sure, right? Yeah, so we're good. We're good. All is good. All right, let's move to question, Number 9 is a good one to understand. This is another one that's just mental math, and I'm always so confused at why kids don't see this. I'm going to give you a chance. What do you think it is?
Well,
I just want to know, just tell me.
-50 over 9.
No. What do I want you to say?
I said 4.
No.
-4 over
No.
9. -5 and 5.
Yeah, you just should know. It's -5 and 5/9. Shh. Listen to me. Listen. All right? You're interrupting too much. This is what I'm trying to tell everybody. Look up, please. So everybody understand that's just -5 and -5/9. I'm trying to get you to see, hello, that's just what? -5 and 5/9. Everybody get that? Just like this, guys. Look up one more time, one more time. If I said to you, what's 4 plus 3/8? What is 4 plus 3/8? This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not doing 4 and making it 32/8, and 32/8 plus 3/8 is 35/8. You're a robot at that stage. I don't want you to be a robot. I want you to look at that and say, well, that's a silly problem. That's just 4 and 3/8. Yes, now you're listening. Now you're listening. I'm going to teach you a lot about numbers if you listen. If you don't listen because you think you know it, you're not going to hear the explanation. And the number sense won't be as good. That's what I'm trying to teach you. So listen. What?
If it was -4 and 3/8, would it be, then would you use the pizza thing?
Yes. If it was like -4 plus 3/8. You're 100% correct. Because now the signs are what? Different. Right? If the signs are the same, you just put them together. Right? So if I said, just to make sure everybody's listening to me, -6 and -3/4. That's just what? -6 and 3/4. What?
So like when you had -4 plus 3/8, that one have to change it? Or?
Olivia, did you hear what she just said?
Yes.
What are you going to tell her?
So like, if it's negative, if the signs are different, then you have to.
You see what I'm saying, right? All right, now what I'm trying to demonstrate, hey, listen to me. Everybody's got to listen because sometimes I get irritated, right? You know that, right? Everybody knows that. And part of it is when I'm talking and your friend or someone is asking a question, you really should listen to them because those two same exact questions were asked within 30 seconds of each other. I don't care. I really don't. I'm just trying to make you a great student. If you can listen while you're working, you really should do that. Right? Or if somebody asks a question, you really should listen. Right? You really should. It makes a big difference. All right? A huge difference. All right? Hopefully you understand what I'm saying on that. I don't care. I'm just saying, listen the whole time. All right? I'm trying to make you better at your number sense, not just about adding and subtracting fractions. All right? Let's move on. Number 11. All right? So am I adding or subtracting these? I'm definitely going to what? Go ahead.
Subtract.
I'm definitely going to subtract. Now, again, here's my recommendation. I put the largest whole number on the top. I put the largest whole number on the top. So it's -5 and 7/8 plus 3 and 5/6. Take my word for what I'm telling you. That's the best way to do it. I promise you, that's the best way to do it. Not working side to side. That's not the best way to do it. Up and down vertically is the best way to do fractions. It makes it super easy. The biggest whole number goes on the top. All right? Now you say to yourself, I know I'm going to subtract, and I know my answer is going to be positive or negative. Negative. All right? So now I need a common denominator, which is 24. So I'm going to write -5 and 21/24 plus 3 and 20/24. Now, I just don't see any way around that. I just think that should be on your paper. Now, we know we're subtracting. So this is going to be 1/24 -2. That's my answer. -2 and 1/24. I really think that's important. Now I'm expecting questions now.
So when I did it, I had it flip-flopped. There was.
I know. Some of you are flip-flopping things, and I'm just trying to tell you it's easier if you put the largest whole number on top. If you
I
get,
think that's pretty good problem, but I still got the.
yeah, if you get the right answer, I'm happy. I'm just trying to tell you how I think the easiest way to do it is. All right, and I try to stay consistent in how I'm doing my math. All right, I try to do it one way. All right, let's check out number 13. All right, I'm definitely subtracting. All right, I know my answer is going to be positive, so I'm going to put the big number on top. 7 and 1/6 minus 2, and 5, 6. Do I have a problem?
Yes.
Yes, I have to do what?
Borrow.
Borrow. And so those of you guys who paid attention yesterday, this is no problem because we're going to cross out the 7 and make it a what?
6.
Now I'm going to cross out the 1 and we're going to make it a
7.
yes, because the shortcut is to add the numerator and denominator, but I'm telling you we're just really adding 1. All right? Now can I do the subtraction easily? Yes. So 6 minus 2. 4 and 2 over 6, which reduces to 4 and 1/3. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. Yes. Go.
Do you borrow only if it's like they're both positive, right?
I think so. But you'll see what I mean in a minute. You'll see what I mean. What?
Why do you add the numerator and the
Because what is 1 plus 1/6?
1/6?
Which is the same as?
7 over 6.
That's why that's a 7.
Oh, alright.
So a shortcut is to add the new. It'll always work. Add the numerator and denominator when you borrow. All right, here we go, guys. Let's check out 15. Am I adding or subtracting?
Subtraction. Wait, no, adding.
You're adding. All right, that's what I'm saying. Just because it says minus, you got to be careful. All right. So now negative 13 and 3/4 minus 5 and 1/8. Common denominator makes it negative 13 and 6/8 minus 5 and 1/8. Now because they're both negative, I'm adding. So the answer is negative 18 and 7/8. Good job. All right, hopefully you're feeling better about the fractions today. All right, here we go. Let's check out 17. Adding or subtracting again?
Adding.
Adding. Negative 6 and 5/9 minus 9 and 1/6. Common denominator is 18. Negative 6 and 10/18 minus 9 and 3/18.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No. Final answer.
Negative 15 and 13 and
Negative 15 and 13/18. Everybody feeling good? That's not hard. That's not hard. All right, let's check out 19. Adding or subtracting?
Subtraction.
Subtracting, right? So now here's the time I try to put the largest whole number first. So this time it's going to be negative 6 and 3/4 plus 1 and 7/10. Common denominator is 20. Negative 6 and 15/20 plus 1 and 14/20. Now do I have to borrow?
No.
Do not have to borrow this time. All right? Do not have to borrow. So 15 minus 14.
1.
1/20. Negative 6 plus 1. Negative 5. Now, I'm going to say this one more time, even though you guys all know. Put your eyes up. Eyes up. Eyes up. Eyes up. Is 1 over 20 positive or negative?
Negative.
All right. Good job. It's negative, right? The negative out in front means everything is negative. All right? Everything is negative. That was a great response. 21. Here we go. Adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
Subtracting. Largest whole number on top. So I'm going to put what?
7.
7 on top. So it's going to be negative 7 and 5/6 plus 3 and 11 over 15. Common denominator is definitely 30. Common denominator is 30. Now you guys got to speak up. I don't want you writing 30 if you don't know it's 30. Does everybody understand me? Right? Tell me if you're not seeing how we're getting this so fast. 30 is the common denominator. So this is going to be negative 7/25 over 30 plus 3 and 22 over 30. Do I have to borrow?
No.
Uh-oh. Go.
What do you have for the plus?
I just do it just because I just do it. You're right. It's not necessary. But I just do it so I can remind myself that I'm doing what? I'm subtracting. Why am I subtracting? Because there's a negative and a positive. Right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. All right, so now when I subtract 25 minus 22, 3 over 30, negative 4 and 3 over 30,
And it goes down to -4 and then 1 over 3.
negative 4 and 1/10. Guys, I just think that's pretty easy. Hopefully you're getting the hang of it.
That's 0.1.
All right. Here we go. 23. Now, adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
Subtracting. Negative 11 and 5/9 plus 6 and 2/5. Common denominator, 45. So negative 11, 25 over 45 plus 6 and 18 over 45. Keep in mind I'm doing what? Subtracting. 11 minus 6.
-5.
Negative 5 and
7 over 45.
negative 5 and 7 over 45. Everybody happy with that? All right, here we go. 25. Here we go. Just to make sure, look at 25. Adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
Subtracting. Largest whole number, 4 and 1/9 minus 3 and 7/9. Do I have to borrow here?
No. Yes.
Am I borrowing?
Yes.
Most definitely borrowing. So the 4 becomes a what?
3.
4 becomes a 3 and the 1 becomes a
10.
10. Final answer. 3 over 9,
1 over 3.
which reduces to 1 over 3.
Why do you
Come on, speak up.
Why do you have to borrow?
Because 1 minus 7 can't be done. Yes.
So if the bigger number is a positive and the fraction is smaller than the bottom one,
So let's look at this one more time. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Remember, I tried to tell you.
yeah, I understood that, but then like sometimes when there's like a negative and then left.
So if the signs are different, you're always subtracting. That's what you should know. Okay? Now, that's why I put the larger number on top. Then you don't have to worry about it. If you put the larger whole number on top, watch what I'm showing you. So if I say, for example, 5, and this is like 2/7 minus 3 and 5/7. Do I have to borrow? Yes, because we can't do 2 minus 5, even though we are subtracting, right? The negatives aren't going to apply because the 5 is bigger than the 3. Now, if I do this, do I have to borrow? No. You with me? Now, I'm trying to tell you that as long as you put the bigger whole number first, that rule applies. Right? Some kids don't listen to me and they put the smaller number on top and the bigger number, whole number, on the bottom, and that's when there's confusion because they don't know if they have to borrow or not. That's why the secret is make sure you put the larger whole number on top. Because in this case, you should be able to tell me regardless of if I have to borrow. So if I have, for example, one more time just to make sure I'm covering everything. If I put the larger whole number on top, if I make this negative and this positive, it doesn't matter. If I put this 3/7 and 4/7, do I have to borrow? I'm subtracting, right? So if I subtract, we're doing 3 minus 4. I can't do 3 minus 4. You're saying, yeah, we can. It's -1.
Oh,
Yeah, but we can't. You can't do that.
okay, so anytime you're subtracting.
That's all there is you have to remember. If you're subtracting, put the largest whole number on the top. I don't mean whether positive or negative, not including that, right? I'm just looking specifically at the whole number.
Okay.
Right? Then you just, if you said I'm subtracting, can I do 3 minus 4? No. Right? I have to borrow. Okay? If I said 18 and 6, and I said this was 7 over 11 and this was 3 over 11, do I have to borrow? What's 7 minus 3? I don't have to borrow. If this was a 2, do I have to borrow? Yeah, that's really all there is to it. Really, if you say 2 minus 3, I can't do that. Then you have to borrow. Right? But now, if this is a negative, I have to do what? You add them. So you never borrow with addition. You only borrow when you're subtracting. Agreed? So if you only borrow when you're subtracting, if this number is bigger than this number, no, you don't borrow. Right? But if this number is smaller than the bottom number, you have to borrow. That's it. All right, so let's find one just to make sure I'm telling you correctly. Let's look at 29. Just look up on the board. Do I have to borrow on number 29?
No.
No. Good job. Hold up. Do I have to borrow on number 28? See? Do I have to borrow? Well, let's get a common denominator first, right? So I'm definitely putting 2 and 5, 6, right? And I'm putting 1 and 11 over 15. So the common denominator is 30, right? So this would be 25. No, that looks like we've done that problem already. I forgot to change it. You see that? So do I have to borrow? So, sorry, I didn't finish writing it out. So sorry. Do I borrow? No. Right? Let me see if there's another one. No, that one's adding. 22 is adding, adding, more adding, more adding. Okay, so let's look at this one. So I'm going to write the largest whole number first. What's common denominator? 12. So this is 9 over 12. This is 10 over 12. Do I have to borrow? Easy. This is very easy. All you're ever doing is you're always looking at this number right here. That's it. If you can go 9 minus 10, we can't. We have to borrow. Right? And a lot of kids misunderstood because 9 minus 10 we just learned was negative 1, right? You see what I'm saying? So that's the confusion. Right? But the reason why is because there's more of these than these. All right? Hopefully I'm making sense. But you can see. All right? All right, guys. I'm really happy. Everybody look at number 10. That's mental math. See if you can do the mental math on number 10.
Negative 3 plus 6.
Definitely wrong.
Definitely wrong. Yeah, I know.
It's negative 3 plus 6.
Definitely wrong.
Negative 2 and 1 6.
Negative.
Negative 2 and 1 6. I said it
You're
first.
always right.
I said it first.
No, you said it last.
I said it first, didn't I?
Oh, I got
That's right there.
I
Didn't
said
I?
the first answer, so.
But yeah, you said it
I
first,
helped you
but
guys.
you said it first incorrect
Yeah,
answer.
but I helped them get the right answer. So.
No, you didn't. I knew.
I got
Don't
credit.
you add just negative
I knew it was
3?
negative 2 and 1
Well,
6.
That's
Wrong.
credit right there.
I knew it was that answer the entire time.
Because
I was
this
waiting for people
is a
to answer.
positive.
I helped whoever got it right back there.
No, I got it
If
right
it was-
first. Will, I got it right first.
If it was negative,
Wait, Mr. Shaw, you got it right. No, you got it right.
that would be the correct
Hold on,
answer
you got it
there.
right, JD time. You got it right
Right.
back there. That's what I said about it.
That's wrong, because this is a positive.
Hey, did you get it right? Right, so she's doing her work. I'll ask her.
Hey, Lucas, explain that to me.
Wait, would it be negative 2 and 1 over 6?
Yes.
Oh, mine went to 0. Oh, that's the pizza. Yeah, I tried to. No, I got it.
Hey.